All right. Hello. It's Courtney with the Crafty Brick. I am so happy to be here today with you and to be able to talk about my experience with the Silhouette Cameo and the Cricut Explorer Air 2. Um, I've been a Cricut user for quite some time, probably about 7 years, and I like the machine, but I was having issues with the software. So I started using the Silhouette software, and I would take the design, I would make my design in Silhouette, and then I would transfer it over to Cricut so that I could cut. But when Cricut came up with that, they came out with that announcement a few weeks ago and said that they were going to start charging their users for uploading more than 20 designs a month. I decided that, since I already had been using the Silhouette software, that it wouldn't be too challenging for me to just get a Cameo and see how it would work out having a Cameo. And I thought that the transition would be fairly easy because I already knew the software. So I didn't think the machine would be that hard to learn. So I decided to get a Cameo, and that was a few weeks ago. So I've been playing around with it and kind of seeing how it compares to the Cricut. And now I've got some definite opinions about the two machines. So that is what I want to share with you today and let you all know kind of what I have come up with. Let's see, I've got a lot of notes here because I want to make sure that I let you all know everything that I figured out. So let me see. One of the things that I did have a problem with Cricut was that the software was freezing a lot. And then I also had a problem with I would go to open up a design and it wouldn't open up. So that really annoyed me. So I guess to start, I'll talk about the customer service experience I've had with the two companies. So when I called Cricut and told them about my designs not opening up, they said that I needed to reinstall the software. I needed to go and, I don't know, delete my cache on my computer, do all of these background fixes, but none of them worked. And it also took a long time to get through to customer service. And then I also had a problem with my machine. It would freeze when in the middle of a cut. So I'd be doing something, it was cutting halfway, and then it wouldn't cut. It wouldn't even finish the cut. So I would have to turn the machine off, restart it, ruin all that waste all that vinyl, and start over. So that was really annoying for me. And when I called Cricut, they did send me a new machine. So that was great. We did a lot of troubleshooting over the phone with their tech support. And I was happy that they did send me a new machine, but I was irritated because I had a red machine. My office is red, everything is red. Cricut makes different color machines because people want the machine to match their office. So they sent me a baby blue machine. And I don't want a baby blue machine. It doesn't go with anything that I have. So I tried to return my baby blue machine to Michael's and Hobby Lobby, lots of different places, but I guess it was a baby blue that no one sold in store. So I still have my baby blue Cricut. But when I was dealing with Silhouette, I actually was having an issue because I use Silhouette. I was using the software a lot for doing sublimation, and I was having problems with some of my designs coming through crooked. The lines were not straight, so it wasn't printing correctly. I reached out to Silhouette on their Facebook page, and it was great. They got back to me like within an hour, and they actually solved my problem. So I was really, really happy about that, and I thought that their customer service was really good. So I was pleasantly surprised. Um, Hello, everyone who's joining. So that has been my experience with the customer service with the two companies. So Silhouette quick response time fixed the issue. They actually did tell me that I needed to go downgrade the software that I had. So I was using the most current software for Silhouette, and they said I needed to downgrade to a legacy version because I was using a Mac, and that was why I was having the problems with the crooked lines. So I downgraded. I haven't had any issues with those crooked lines anymore. So I'm not using the latest version of the software, but I haven't had any problem with it. So I'm happy with that. Cricut, I'd have to say, still freezes. Even today, I was nervous about doing this live because when I was going through it, I had to reboot Cricut because it froze. And, I was supposed to be doing live Cricut classes, but the software is just not reliable all the time. So I would have to say if I was going with software, Silhouette is for sure the one. And customer service, I'd have to go with Silhouette as well. So the other two things that I want to show you today are the machine themselves. And then I would also like to get into the software just a little bit. I'm not going to go into complete detail because obviously I've only been using the Cameo for a few weeks. So I'm not completely proficient in the Silhouette software, but there are some major differences that I think are important to point out. So let me switch over to the machines. So you'll see here, I've got both the machines. They're both very nice machines. I like both of them. They open easily. The Silhouette opens like this. One of the first features that I found that was a little hard for me because I felt like the Cricut has guidelines for the mat right here. So when you put your mat on, you know exactly where you're going to put it. And let's see if we turn the machine on. When it pulls the mat in, let's let it pull it in real quick when I load it. When I load it, it's completely secure. It doesn't come out, and I know that it's in the right spot. For the Silhouette, I'll move the camera over just a little bit so you can get a better view of it. All right, here we go. Oops. Do you have no view of it? Oh no. Okay, here we go. So you can see the Silhouette here does not have any of the guidelines. So when you turn on the machine here, when you put your mat in, you load it, and that time it did load properly. But when I first got it, I didn't know that you needed to lock this roller in place. So I loaded the mat right here, and it wasn't secure. So my design was getting pulled all over the place. So you just have to make sure you remember to load or to put the lock down so that your mat stays in place. One thing about the blade here is nice because it has actually just a little metal sensor here, so it can tell which blade is being used, and you don't have to change any settings. So you put the blade in, and when you're going to print a design, it automatically adjusts to the right pressure for you. Whereas with the Cricut, you're going to have to use the dial to do your pressure and know what you're making first in order to change the pressure on it. So I like that the Cameo automatically does that for you. Let's see. And the other cool feature with the Cameo that the Cricut does not have is the ability to do projects without a mat. So it's got this roller feeder that pulls out. You put these up. You can put your mat right, or your vinyl right in here, and you feed it through here. But you need to make sure that you move your the roller so that it is attached to that vinyl mat right there, vinyl piece, so that it's secure and it doesn't pull out. Because the first time I did it, I didn't move that, and it did come out. Actually, right here, the roller's not attached, so that's why that is out of place. So I do like that feature of being able to cut without a mat. And the other nice feature is when you can cut without a mat, it makes it really nice because you can cut really long pieces. You can cut up to 60 feet. And you know, with the Cricut, you can only cut up to 24 inches because you've got your Cricut mat. This is how long you can cut. That's the largest piece that you can cut. But with the Silhouette, you can cut up to 60 feet because you don't have to have a mat and it can roll through. One of the other cool features about the Cameo is on the back. You roll your material through. You can slide that across and it cuts your vinyl so that it cuts in a very straight line. So that's another nice feature with the Cameo. One thing I do like about the Cricut machine is the storage. This is perfect for storing all of your tools. I've got mine up on a pegboard now, but I used to just keep them all in here and keep my extra blades in there. The Cameo has a little bit of storage, but not much. That's the extent of the storage. So like an extra blade will fit in there, but that's about it. So that, I believe that's my kind of the back, what am I saying? Let me switch back to my camera view. Okay, so that's the machines. I think those are the main points about the machines. One other thing between the two, the Cricut is pretty quiet machine. I mean, it makes noise, but I noticed a huge difference between the Cricut and the Cameo. The Cameo is much, much louder. I don't know if you happen to follow me on Instagram and saw the video that I did. I just did a reel about the noise of the two machines. The Cameo is much louder than the Cricut. So that is one downside, I think, for the two things. The other thing I was really shocked about, so if you are a Cricut user, when you send a design to cut, you know, you click send to Matt, and then it sends it. It's ready for you to send. It's like, oh, hey, Courtney, I'm waiting for you to come and push this button so that I can start cutting. So you have a minute to get prepared and ready for it to cut. The Silhouette, not so much. I need quick water. When you send the your design to cut with the Silhouette, it cuts immediately. So I ruined some material because I wasn't expecting. I'm like, whoa, wait. I'm not ready for you to cut yet. I thought I had a minute to adjust. But no, it's ready to cut. The minute you click send to Matt or send, it's going to cut. So be prepared for the quickness. I was not ready for that. So the next thing I wanted to go into is the software. I felt like the Silhouette, since I was accustomed to the Cricut software, it was a little challenging for me to learn the Silhouette. There's definitely a learning curve, but it wasn't too hard. But I did see some definite differences in the software. One of the things I'll have to show you. Let me turn the slide off back here. I don't know. I think that needs to be on. The difference in print and cut. This one, let's see if you can see this. This is done with the Cricut. And you can see that there's an extra line around the design because it doesn't cut completely precisely like this. This is the Silhouette. There's zero line around this t-shirt. And I found that with the Cricut, I was trying to make stickers and I was really frustrated because the stickers were never accurate. They were always just a little bit off, and that was really frustrating for me. So the Silhouette print and cut was much, much easier to do. It read the register lines or the registration marks. I felt like Cricut a lot of times would say, oh, can't read the marks, and you'd have to reprint, or somebody said like put powder on the registration mark so that it can read it. That was annoying. So Silhouette definitely wins for the print and cut. One thing that I also found, I'm going to show you here. So in Silhouette here, I've got this rainbow. And if I want to go and print this rainbow with different colors, I click send. And it's going to go to the mat. Make it a little bit bigger here so you can see it. and I have to click fill, and it's going to show me all the colors that are here, all the colors that I have an option to print. So I'm just going to print the green. So I'm going to unselect all the colors that aren't green. So green is highlighted right now, and that means that it is ready to go to the mat. The unfortunate thing is that if I left it like that, it's just going to print just like that in the middle of my mat, which wastes so much material. So you have to move it, like where it's going to cut on your mat, move it so that the green, is using the least amount of space. I find that frustrating that I'm going to have to do that to print different colors. Whereas on the, that's not the one I'm looking for. Let me show you this one. Whereas on Cricut, if you've got a rainbow here and you go and you click make it, Cricut is going to automatically put it so that you're using the least amount of vinyl, and it's going to sort it into different colors. So you know exactly which color you're printing, and it's really simple. So I found that printing multiple colors is going to be much easier on the Cricut software. So I think that's a huge thing. And then another thing that I thought was really cool, so since I was using the Cricut first, I have designs in Cricut that I wanted to use. Like I was doing sublimation, so I wanted to bring those designs over into Silhouette, and Cricut doesn't allow you to do that. So that is a feature that is nice with Silhouette software. If you want to save a design as an SVG or a PNG, you can, and you can use it anywhere. You could, because a lot of times I would save designs as an SVG and I would send them over to Cricut, and I'd open them up in Cricut and then I'd cut them. So that's a nice feature. I think it's the business edition with Cricut, and it's a one-time fee that, or not Cricut, Silhouette, that you will have to pay in order to be able to save your designs. And my friend Brenny K Design, I'm not sure if you follow her, but you should definitely check her out if you're interested in making and selling digital files. She helps you learn Silhouette software and how to do that, because I'm definitely not an expert in the software. So Brenny K Designs on Instagram, or I believe her website is that also. You can check her out and she'll tell you. So one of the other features that I think is really, really cool. So here over what I used to have to do over in Cricut Design Space. So I'd take this design. This is one of the designs I made. So I'd take the grid out. I would take a screenshot, and then I would bring it over to Silhouette. You guys are going to be amazed by this over in Silhouette. Let me go back to the design. Okay, so I'm going to go to the design. I'm going to go to a new page. So I'm going to import that design that I just took the picture of. Here we go. Let's make it a little bigger. Guys, so if you go, I'm going to click the trace tool and select the trace area. I'm going to highlight this, and then I click trace. That's it. So you'll see that the box is there. You'll just delete that. That's just the extra. This is actually your design, and it has a transparent background. That's how easy it is in Silhouette to bring a design in. So I'm going to show you over in Cricut. I mean, I'm sure you guys know how annoying it can be in Cricut. Let me switch back over here. I'm going to just hide this for a moment, and I'm going to show you how I upload a design. Let's hide that. So we're going to go to upload. I'm going to upload that same file that I just did. So here we go. And you're just going to see. So even I do simple. But look, you got to remove every little piece. Every white piece, you've got to click to delete that area and turn it into a transparent background. That's a lot of extra work. So Silhouette is the big time winner with the trace tool. I really love that. We're going to stay here in Cricut, and I'm going to show you excuse me, another feature that I really like. So I'm just going to type my name. Let's see. I'm going to go with this cursive font, Alessandra. So you will see here. Let's see. Okay, so you see that it is not together. When you write a cursive font, you know that you want it to be together. So in Cricut, you're going to have to ungroup the letters, and then you take each letter and let's group those together, and then you're going to move them all around, and then you take the N, E, Y, and then you're going to move that over. It is tedious, annoying. So in Silhouette, let's go back over to Silhouette so I can show you how easy it is to do in there. All right, I'm just going to delete this because we don't need that. So I'm going to type a word, type my name. I'm going to highlight it. And I'm going to change it to the same font that we used in Cricut. Let me make it a little bigger so you can just see. It actually goes together. It's automatically together where the words are supposed to be. And you'll see it's got the break in the lines. So all you have to do is go in and weld it, and then that goes away. I save so much time using this feature in Silhouette. So this is what I used to do a lot because I make a lot of tote bags and names. So what I would do was to put all the names here in Silhouette, save them as a PNG, and take them over to Cricut. So now I don't have to do that because now I have a Cameo, so I can actually print them from here. So let me come back. Here I am. Here I am. So those are some of the main features of the software that I think are real game changers and really just knocking Cricut software out of the water. So obviously Silhouette has a lot more features, but obviously I'm not going to go into all the features of both of the software. But I think that those are two or three very big things that are nice to have. So where, let's see, I think, just check in my notes. Oh, and the other thing with the Cricut, it is nice that Cricut uses the least amount of space for your material as possible. So whenever you send a design to the mat to cut, Cricut is going to move it wherever it needs to be on the mat so that it uses as much of the vinyl as possible and doesn't waste. Silhouette, it looks like you're going to have to move it around in order to put it wherever you want. So I feel like you might waste a little bit more vinyl or spend a little bit more time trying to cut it. So I think in conclusion, what I feel is if you are just starting out, that I don't know, if you have not used any of the software before, I feel like Cricut software might be a little bit easier, and I feel like the machine itself seems a little bit more user-friendly just straight out of the box and just easy to use. Knowing that I am from a Cricut machine and I had a little bit of trouble figuring out the Cameo when I first got it. So I feel like if you're just learning, the Cricut might be easier. But the software is so much better on Silhouette. Like hands down, I use Silhouette software all the time. It's my first choice. But I've got a lot of designs in Cricut, so I have to still use Cricut sometimes. But hands down, Silhouette is better. So I guess that's my thing. If you are an avid crafter, I kind of feel like if you can, I would get both because I feel like I still plan to use both of them. I'm going to use the Silhouette for my print and cut. I'm going to use the Silhouette for like when I'm doing a lot of names, if I've got a big order and I can put a lot of stuff on one mat and just continuously cut, I think I'm going to use the Silhouette for that. But for the Cricut, I don't know, it's so much quieter, and I like, if I do have to use the mat, I like that I don't have to mess around with getting it in correctly right from the beginning. So I don't know. I feel like each of them has some nice qualities. I feel like they're both good machines, but I feel like the Silhouette has some features, some better features that are nice, and I haven't had issues with the software. I haven't had issues with it freezing in the middle of a cut. Granted, I've only had it a few weeks, but I haven't had issues with it. So I have no complaints about the Silhouette. So I guess in my professional crafter opinion, I would have to go with the Silhouette. But like I said, I think they're both good machines, and I'm still planning on using both. I mean, I have two Cricut machines. So I've got the Explorer Air, I've got the Explorer Air 2, and I also have the Silhouette. So I think I plan on using both, all of them. Are there any questions that anyone has that might like me to answer it while we're on here? Anything that you wanted to know that I didn't really address? I'd love to check it out, see what you guys have in mind. I don't know, do I have Silhouette users on here or Cricut users? Or both? Do you guys have both the machines? I don't know. So I think that is about it. If there aren't any questions, I'm super excited that you guys dropped by to check out my comparison. I was really happy to play around with both of them and compare them, and ultimately feel like I like both of them. I can't decide. I want all the materials and all the machines. I just want everything. But I really appreciate you guys stopping by and watching. Hopefully you're subscribed to my channel and maybe like this video. That'd be great. A Cricut Maker user. Yes, I know a lot of people. Can you cut something real quick on the Cameo to see how loud it is? Oh my gosh. I can. Let me go real quick to my Cameo software. It's annoying, y'all. I couldn't believe how loud it was. But I did hear that it is possibly not as loud if you use a mat. So I'm hoping that that is the case. So right now I'm going to not use a mat because I really like that feature. So I'm going to see if, I'm going to let y'all hear it. See what you think. I'm going to put it on HTV. All right, so I'm just going to cut out my name. That should be pretty quick. All right, let me get a piece. And then you'll see how fast it, gosh, how fast it cuts. Let's see, I have a Cricut, but I thought a Cameo and I bought a Cameo and I'm afraid to use it. Heard the Silhouette software was easier. I don't know, I felt like the Silhouette software, I mean, it's nice, but I felt like it was, there's just a learning curve. And I guess that's with everything, there's going to be a learning curve. All right, let me close this one. All right, so I'm going to cut it without the mat. Maybe I'll switch camera view so you guys can see it better. Let's switch over to this one. Here we go. All right, so I'm going to load my material. Make sure it's on the roller. Oops, that's not right. There we go. Make sure that's on. Actually, it's supposed to be here. Okay. Is that secure? Okay, it's secure. Okay, let me send it to the mat. It's ready. Send as mirrored. Oh, that's another good thing. Do you guys, I don't know if you see this. I'm going to go back here to the Silhouette software so you can just see this, because this is actually a really nice feature. Hold on, you guys are not on. There. Okay, yeah, the Silhouette. When you click send, it says, hey, do you want a mirror or not? You want to send it as is. Cricut, I have wasted so much material because it does not remind me that I'm using iron-on, and then I forget to mirror it, and then it's ruined. But this one says, yes, I want to send it as mirrored. But it's gone, you guys. It is already starting. So you guys hear it? I don't know if you can hear how loud it is. Okay. I don't know. Do you guys want to hear it against the Cricut and cut something with the Cricut too? I bought the Cameo 4. Oh my gosh, why is it printing all the way over there? It's not even cutting. Oh my gosh. Let me see. It cut all the way over. Oh, you know why it did that? Because I didn't have it lined up right on the mat. So that's what I was telling y'all. Cricut, let's see, let me go back to me here. Cricut wouldn't let me do that. Cricut would not let me put it in the wrong spot. Like this was, this isn't even printed all the way at the top. You can't see it, but the word, so here's the top of my material. It started printing down here. So Cricut wouldn't let me do that. So there, I've wasted that. Not that I was trying to use it. It's an old school printer. It totally does. You're going to rewatch later tonight. Oh, hey, Krista. So I like that Cricut, no matter where you start cutting, it's going to cut on the mat. So that's frustrating to me. But that's how loud the Cameo is. I don't know. Do you guys want to hear what the Cricut sounds like? I can do that. Now that I've wasted this other material, really ridiculous. But I mean, if you guys are Cricut users, you know what it sounds like. So it's just much louder. And so that's frustrating that it didn't print in the right spot. So like I said, there's pros and cons. I'm still getting used to the Silhouette. So I'm not a Silhouette master by any means, but it's a nice machine. I just have to play with it. And I feel like you've got to remember to tell it where to cut. So the Cameo is so loud. It is so loud. I agree. Let me see if there were any other questions that I missed. It's a lot of grinding. It is. I don't quite get the sound. When I first turned it on, I'm like, oh my gosh, my machine is broken. This can't be right. So I took a video and sent it to a friend. And I was like, hey, is this right? I don't think this is right. And she's like, no, that sounds about right. And I'm like, whoa, that thing is loud. I cannot work at all times of the day. Like when my husband's at home working, I can't be cutting stuff with my Cameo. So that is a drawback. But like I said, I think they're both good. So if that is all the questions, I think I might be finished. Looks like we have a lot of Cricut users. Bought a Cameo, but afraid to use it. Don't be afraid. Just go for it. Just try it out. I mean, what can happen? Nothing. You're just going to check it out. I would definitely take it out of the box and try it out. Do you know what people mean when they say that the Cameo cuts larger than the Cricut? Do they just mean than the 0.5 inches? Well, I think there's two things. First of all, there are 3 versions of the Cameo. This one is the 12-inch machine. They also have a 15-inch machine, and they also have a 24-inch machine, which is a beast. I looked at that thing at the store. It's enormous. So I wasn't even sure where that was going to fit in my office, so that's huge. But also, like I said, with the Cricut, you can only print, the print and cut. Okay, hold on. With the Cricut, you can only print 24 inches long. With the Cameo, you can print, I believe, up to like 60 feet. Like you can print very, very long because you can print without a mat. But the print and cut, yes. The Cameo, that was another reason why I switched to Silhouette, because of the print and cut restrictions in Cricut. So Cricut, I believe, is 6.75 by 9.25 or something like that. That's the biggest space that you can use print and cut. The Cameo does not have print and cut restrictions. So that was why, because when you're doing mugs on sublimation, it's totally fine in the Cricut because you can do it. It's not too big to print. But if you're making a t-shirt, you're not going to be able to cut that or do print and cut on the Cricut with that. You're going to have to use the Silhouette. Oh, and I forgot to mention that the Silhouette software is free. So you can easily use the Silhouette software and still cut with the Cricut. You cannot save it as a PNG or an SVG file, but you can just, you know, take a screenshot of it like I showed you before. And then, I mean, you got to take the background out in Cricut, which is a little annoying, but you can design in Silhouette and then bring it over to Cricut. If you pay for the business edition, which I think is $109, then you can save it as an SVG and a PNG, and it's super easy to bring over to Cricut. The 24-inch, and I haven't used it. Oh my gosh, I got that 24-inch and I ended up taking it back. It was enormous. And for some reason, the rollers weren't working, so it really wasn't, I think it was broken. But when I saw it, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is much bigger than I thought. It's so big. Need to use that machine. Need to use which machine? I don't have it anymore. I took the 24-inch back. Yeah, it's huge. I mean, it like took up like half my desk. So that was not going to work. I got too much stuff here. I got a heat press and the mug press and 3 machines, and then I have 3 easy presses. It was just taking up way too much counter space because I need space to work too. Right, Chris? There's no way. You may as well use it though. I mean, you got it. I mean, the mat is like this big. I think the mat was seriously like, it was 2 of these 24-inch mats. That's crazy. So yeah, Silhouette, it's a nice feature though, because I do have one project that I make that's really big, and it goes on a 24 by 36 canvas. So I've got to split it up. So that is annoying to have to do. It would be nice to be able to print the whole thing on one pass and not have to split it up. But I don't know. It's just too big. Which permanent vinyl is good besides Oracle? I use Oracle. That's usually what I use, but I have heard a lot of people say they really like Vinyl Frog. I haven't used that. What's another one? There's Tech Wrap. A lot of people use Tech Wrap, and I have not used Tech Wrap either. But I don't know if Tech Wrap is all of the kind of the glossy materials, the shiny ones. I haven't used that. I always use Oracle, and I really like Oracle. I feel like it stays on. You send me a pic. Yes, please send me. I want to see a pic of it on your desk because it's big. I don't know why I'm so shiny, but whatever. Oh, I'm so happy you guys are here with me this evening. This was fun. Comparing the 2 machines. It's been so fun just trying to see the difference between them. People are like avid Silhouette fans or avid Cricut fans. Like, it's kind of crazy. Like, I kind of like them both. I'm kind of in the middle. I don't know. I like them both for different reasons. So, I don't know. Tech Wrap. Yeah, I have heard a lot of people use Tech Wrap, but I don't know if Tech Wrap has just the solid colors or if it's the shiny ones. But I have heard really good things about it. Maybe Tech Wrap needs to send me some so I could try it out. Let's see. So happy you guys stopped by. So I think that's all the questions. It's loud. It is loud. All right. I think that is the end of my comparison of the 2 machines. I hope you guys liked it. Thank you for coming by, and love that you were all here with me. So y'all have a good night. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. But I'll see y'all soon. Bye. I don't even know how to stop this thing. Don't be intimidated by the software. Just do it. All you're going to do, you mess up and then redo it. That's what I do. I just try my way through it. I don't even look at the instructional videos about how to do everything. I'm just like, let me just try it. I don't know. If it's going to work, I'll figure it out. Vinyl Frog, I think it's called. Vinyl Frog. All right. Tamika and Sandra, thank you guys. Thanks for your comments. Thanks for stopping by. If I can figure out how to finish this thing, well, bye y'all.